Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Tina Marie, and if you are new here, welcome, and if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. And also I want to say don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new. That helps me so much to continue on to doing these type of videos. And today I am happy to have you guys because I am going to be talking about the new Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Contour. These are new and they have 5 shades, I believe, or more than 5 shades. Don't quote me on that. I'm always going to put it down here below. And this one is in gentle and this one is in mellow. These are the two first lightest shades. The other ones I didn't pick up because they were too dark and some were just like had different undertones. They do have cool and cool neutral because these are meant to contour your face. But still, I am going to be comparing these with other ones that I have, and I am going to be comparing it with the Saie Dew Bronzer, and I'm going to be also talking about comparable shades that I have here, as well as the Glossier Cloud Paint, and I also got comparable shades with the Rare Beauties. So I just want to do that for the sake of all you guys that have been curious of like the undertones and the shades, if they're comparable to other ones, and if Rare Beauty is actually worth it. So let's move along with the swatching. So I am going to start off first with the Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Gentle, and the packaging is much bigger than the blush. And let me bring out the blush so that you guys can see the difference. All right, so I'm back. So this is the blush size compared to the bronzer. I just feel like for me to have this size, it would be a little bit too much, just because I know that the blush is already a lot of product, and sometimes a lot of people complain that they don't even finish all the product and it's already expiring. So I don't know, this I also have heard that it takes people 3 years to finish off if you use it every day, you know, and sometimes it could be boring because you want to try other shades. So just keeping that in mind, that would be my downside for this on the size. But other than that, I am going to be talking about the shade, the product, and I did try it out for a couple of days and I have my thoughts of this product. But first I'm going to be swatching it for you guys before we get into that detail. So this is the shade Gentle, and I want to show you the Dolfa applicator. This is more of a medium Dolfa size. It's not like the wide type of like brush that you would normally see. And I am going to be swatching this on my hand, and I'm going to show you how this looks like on my hand. So right off the bat, we see that this is more of that cool neutral undertone, which I don't mind. I really go towards those type of shades. It is liquidy. It feels kind of like that type of liquid that would dry, more of that satin finish. And I love the color because I am olive skin and I feel like a lot of products turn orange or pink on me, but this one sits more dead in the middle and it's like a true neutral for my skin tone. And I can really appreciate that a lot as an olive skin. So if you are a light olive skin, this would be a perfect shade for you. Now, keep in mind, I am light. So someone that's in the fair to light can actually pull this off pretty nicely. Now for the next shade, it's going to be the shade Mellow. So this one has 0.503 fluid ounce in size, just so that I don't forget to talk about how much it is in fluid ounces. So I'm going to put Mellow underneath Gentle, and I'm going to show you the shade compared to the first one. So this one is more on the warmer side. It is like a neutral warm. It doesn't seem like all of these are very cool as expressed online to be like for contouring. Now, keep in mind, I don't know how this would translate in people with a different undertone of skin. On me, like I said, I'm olive, so this is translating warm, and this one's translating more of a neutral cool, which I do like for my skin. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so I'm back to compare now the Saie Dew bronzers, and I have two shades. I have the shades Sand and Salt. Salt is the darkest shade, and Sand is the lightest shade. So this is supposed to be the coolest one, the Salt shade. So I'm going to be putting that one first to compare the shades. So Salt looks like this. It's more of a brown, cool, neutral undertone, but it still kind of leans, I don't know, on my skin. Like I said, sometimes certain ones lean a little bit warmer, but it is darker than, let me see the first one I tried, the shade Gentle. And Gentle's more on the pinky side, and this one's more on the brown neutral side. Like it's sitting in the middle between these two undertones. So this is Gentle, Mellow, and this is Salt. But Salt is from the Saie brand, and the first two are Rare Beauties. So I want to show you that really quick. So I feel like this one would be like in between these two when it comes to undertone, but this one's kind of darker. And then now I'm gonna be comparing it also with Sand. Sand is one of the lighter shades that I have from Saie, and I'm gonna be swatching it right here so that you guys can see how that looks like. So now this one is pulling off a little bit warm. It's the same concept with the second one from Rare Beauty. This is Mellow, and the last one is Sand. So these two are pulling off a little bit orange on my skin. So those can lean a little bit more like a bronzer. But talking about the texture now, when it comes to the what's it called, the Saie brand, I feel like Saie kind of like skids a little bit when you apply it. It comes out very patchy. It doesn't really look like it's smooth, or it comes out evenly, and you really have to blend it out for that to be able to look like the Rare Beauties. Now for the next comparison, I am going to be talking about the Cloud Paint by Glossier. So I have two shades. This is Sweep and this is Cell. And I'm going to show you the names right here really quick. So I'm going to swatch the darkest one and then the lightest one that I own from Glossier. So this is going to be hard to apply and show you at the same time. So I'm just going to do it down here. And I'm going to apply the other one as well, the shade Cell. So now I'm going to be showing you like this. So it looks like this. Let me see if I can make it more even so that you guys can compare it to the other shades. So it looks like that. It's more liquidy. It's more messy too because of the applicator. It's a tube applicator. You have to squeeze it out, and sometimes you squeeze too much of it, and it's very liquidy. And it is very pigmented, and it looks shiny on my hand, but this one is a deep brown. It looks more like a neutral brown as well, kind of reminding me of the Saie's shade Salt. And then the bottom one kind of reminds me so much of the shade Mellow from the Rare Beauty, which is the second one. It's just more lighter than the shade Mellow. But I am going to be posting anyways an image of all these colors with the names and with the name of the brands as well, so that you guys don't get confused. So the first two are Rare Beauties. Second ones are Saie. And then third is the Cloud Paint by Glossier. And this is how it looks like. All right, so I'm going to be applying gentle on my right side, and on my left side, I'm going to be doing mellow. So I'm just going to do a few dots, kind of like how they showed online, and then 2 on here as well. And then I'm going to be doing just a little line on the side of my nose, like so. And keep in mind, I didn't set my makeup. I did apply my foundation and everything, but I didn't set it for the sake of this video. So don't do that if you're going to be applying a liquid contour product on your face. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my shade Mellow. And I'm going to be doing the other side. So we're going to be doing the same thing. 2 dots here, 2 dots here, and then a line down my nose. Now, as you can see, this shade, which is the lightest, is called Gentle. This one seems a little bit more on the cool tone. And then this shade Mellow seems a little bit more on the neutral warm when you apply it. But now we're going to see how it looks like when we blend it out. And I'm going to be using my brush from BK Beauty. And this one is the 108. So it looks like this. It's very small. It looks kind of like a concealer brush. So I'm going to be doing this as for precision. So I'm going to be applying it in tapping motions in one side. And right away, I see it's very pigmented and it blends out beautifully. And it also is not pigmented to the point where it's hard to like blend it out and create a very uniform look. So this is how it looks like. And I'm just gonna do my cheek or my cheekbone or below my cheekbone actually, and doing tapping motions. So it looks like that. And keep in mind, I'm not very light, but I'm light. So if this is meant for the fair ladies, you do have to use very little, maybe 1 dot. Because even with 2 dots, like how I did it, it's still a lot of product. And then, yeah, so this is how it looks like. And I'm going to blend it out quite a little bit just because I feel like it's a tad too much for my liking. I kind of like that more natural look. So I'm just going to blend it out right here just a little bit, like so. Yeah, kind of like that. Now I'm going to do the other side with a different brush. So I'm just going to pick one from here that I have. This is another brush. This one is similar to the first one. It's just smaller. And this is the BK Beauty brush in the number 110. And I'll show you the difference. This one's smaller than the other. This is 108 and this is 110. They look quite similar. So I'm going to be doing that on my other side with a clean brush. I'm just going to be tapping it in. And like I said, I feel like with 1 dot, it's more than enough. But I did see online that they use 3 dots. But I feel like 3 dots is just way too much. So yeah, I feel like this shade right here is more of a bronzer for my skin tone. I like better Gentle for my skin because I feel like Mellow is turning a little orange. Like that's too orange for me because like I said, I am olive skin. So I feel like it's not very flattering on my undertone. So I'm just going to blend it out, making sure it looks decent. But yeah, it's very pigmented. I think I overdid it with the dots. Like I said, that's the reason why I was expressing in the beginning that the size means a lot, because she's giving us a lot of product. Let me tell you how much the fluid ounces. It's 0.503 fluid ounces. And then the small one, I can't see the bottom. Oh yeah, it says the small blush that I have here compared to this. This one is 0.25 fluid ounce and this one's 0.5. So as you can imagine, if it's already like super pigmented, I feel like it needs to be at least this size, because with this one I don't feel like you would finish it like right away. I struggle a lot to finish this one. I already had it for 3 years and I don't use it all the time because I'm always like trying out different blushes. But I remember I had one in particular that was called Bliss, and that shade I really adored, and I would use it every single day, and that blush lasts me for like 2 years or 2 years and a half. And I felt like it was already getting like a little bit I don't know, it just it started to get dry like towards the end of my blush. I had like this much and it was already getting dry. So I feel like with this one I'm not too sure how long this would hold up. But other than that, I do like it. I do like the shade range that she has, because the undertones are still on the neutral cool or neutral warm, so it's still kind of like forgiving. I just wish she had some in between shades. Like, I feel like she needed in between shades for the darker and tan range, and I feel like she needed more undertones on the lighter spectrum, because with me, like, I feel like this is a bronzer for me more than a contour. And I am light olive skin, so I can't imagine the fair spectrum. Like, this will look maybe a little heavy. And then this one looks a little orange. It looks more like for someone that's in the medium range, because it's coming across too dark for me. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is how it looks like. So give me your input. Now, if you ask me if any of these are better than the Rare Beauty brand, I say I like Rare Beauty more than Saie and Glossier when it comes to the liquid contour formulations, because I feel like Rare Beauty blends out more seamlessly. It is more of that airbrush finish. It does give you that satin finish as well. And then second place would be Saie. Saie is more of a moussey consistency, but it does come out very patchy, and you do have to blend it out. And the undertones, I feel like they're nice, but I like the Rare Beauty more when it comes to that. And then lastly, my least favorite would be the Glossier Squeeze Tube Cloud Paint, because I feel like it's very messy. Like, you do have to squeeze it out, and then it could get all over the place, and then you have to be very careful to not put too much product. And I feel like you waste a lot of product. And I do like the undertones, but I feel like they still kind of incline a little warm on me versus the Rare Beauty. Now, from all these shades, the shade that I prefer is going to be Gentle. Even if it's meant for the fair skin ladies, I feel like this one just comes out very dark. And the undertone, as you can see, it's a little bit more flattering on an olive skin, because it's more on that cool neutral side versus something that's warm. It's pulling off super orange. So those are my final thoughts. And also, I forgot to mention the grams. The grams in this one is 0.503 fluid ounce for the Rare Beauty. And then for the Saie, this one is in, let me see if I could find it here. It says 0.40 fluid ounce. So this one comes in second place in amount of fluid ounce. And then this one right here, Swept. This one is in, let me see, does it even say? I'm trying to look for it, and if I can't find it, oh yeah, I found it, sorry. It says right here, 0.33 fluid ounce. So this one has as much as the Rare Beauties. But yeah, I feel like the different price range vary. I mean, they're not high on cost. This one's like $23, and I believe this one is approximately the same cost. And then I believe this one is also maybe less than $20. So I feel like this one is the best when it comes to the amount of fluid ounce and cost, just because I feel like you know, like this one already lasted me a year. I'm almost done. I just have this much, and that's all you need. I don't feel like you would need more, because then it starts getting like dry, and then I don't know what's the expiration date on this. I know that liquid products usually last only a year. So imagine having this for a year and you still have a lot. I feel like you're going to be wasting a lot of product, and you're spending $25 on this for this product. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts. So yeah, I do like this one, but I hope that they come out with a smaller size, at least for a travel size, and that one would be like the perfect size for that bronzer. So thank you guys for following. I hope you guys enjoy this review. Talk to you guys soon.